After Mike Tomlin stepped down as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the next logical question, what will his next move be? Will he take a few years off of football completely? Will he go into the broadcasting booth? Will he go join NBC, CBS, ESPN, one of those networks, and be a figurehead on TV? And we finally have our answer. Mike Tomlin will be joining the NBC broadcast. Let's get right into it. Like the video, hype the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Mike Tomlin is headed to NBC and Football Night in America. The Athletic has learned. The article goes on to explain the Sunday night NFL pregame show will be Mike Tomlin's next home. Mike Tomlin, one of the most intriguing NFL TV prospects in years, is headed to NBC to be a top studio analyst on its Sunday night pregame show, Football Night in America. Sources briefed on the move told The Athletic on Tuesday. Now, if you guys are aware, Tony Dungy, that used to be Tony Dungy's gig. NBC waved bye-bye to Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy also found himself admitting publicly he left Bill Belichick off his Hall of Fame ballot. So Tony Dungy, go kick rocks. We'll bring in Mike Tomlin. Tomlin, 54, has been eyed by sports TV executives for more than a decade because of his success as a Super Bowl winning Steelers coach, his knowledge of the game, and his unique phraseology. Fox showed some interest in Tomlin, but NBC had the biggest need for his services. The network is reimagining its pregame show, a move that has already led to Tony Dungy's dismissal after 17 seasons. The roles of Rodney Harrison, Jack Collinsworth, and Chris Sims are also in question as the network seeks more current star power and fewer people on the show. NBC Sports declined to comment. These shows are always better the less people that you have on. These 6-person panels, these 7-person shows, it's always better when you have 3, 4 people maximum talking football. The CBS pregame show, they've gotten outrageous at this point. The Fox, they've gotten, keep it short and concise. Tomlin will join host Maria Taylor, ex-Cowboys coach Jason Garrett, and Devin McCourty on set. NBC still must re-sign McCourty. Insider Mike Florio is expected to return to the program. Matthew Berry has been a fantasy football contributor on the show. Of all the Sunday NFL pregame shows, NBC's has had the highest ratings, but that is largely because it airs before the network's primetime game of the week, compared to the late morning and noon studio offerings from CBS, Fox, ESPN, and NFL Network. Next season, NBC could hit the road full-time. In recent years, the main crew, featuring Taylor, was mostly in NBC's Stamford, Connecticut studios, while Collinsworth, Dungy, and Harrison had been on site for the games. NBC has looked into foregoing the hybrid approach and using fewer personalities. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Amazon every Thursday night for the Amazon game, they're in whatever location the Thursday night game's in. There's no reason why NBC can't do the same. Tomlin has been the network's #1 target. Fox was originally viewed as the favorite for Tomlin due to his close relationship with the network's NFL insider Jay Glazer, and because the network had not yet replaced retired Hall of Fame coach turned analyst Jimmy Johnson. After this past season, Tomlin stepped down as the Pittsburgh Steelers coach following 19 years in which he never had a losing season. His teams made the playoff 13 times. They advanced to 2 Super Bowls, being the Arizona Cardinals in 2009 when Tomlin was just 36. However, as Ben Roethlisberger aged and the Steelers struggled to find a new quarterback, Tomlin lost his final 7 postseason games. The Tomlin sweepstakes was watered down partly because of the NFL's desire to renegotiate its 11-year, $110+ billion deal as it looms over all TV rights holders. The NFL has opt-outs in the agreements in the end of the decade, but is trying to extract more money from its main partners, including CBS, Fox, NBC, Disney, and Amazon Prime Video. The platforms would have the advantage of knowing for certain that the deals would go through the 2030s without the threat of losing the games at the end of this decade. CBS is expected to be first on the NFL's list to renegotiate its agreement because its situation is slightly different. With CBS's owner Paramount in the midst of acquiring Warner Bros. Discovery, the NFL can invoke a change of ownership clause in its contract with CBS, forcing the network to this table this year. The threat of adding hundreds of millions or even $1 billion more to what it pays the NFL has made some networks a little hesitant to shell out even more money for personalities. This left NBC executives in the prime position because of their desire to add a potential star, and it went out and got him. For how long is the question now? As Tomlin could conceivably return to coaching, his predecessor with the Steelers, Bill Cowher, walked away from coaching at 49 in 2007. He went to CBS, and though mentioned for many coaching jobs over the years, Cowher, now 68, has remained on the NFL today. Tomlin will likely have to grapple with whether to coach again. Mike Tomlin, dude, if he's done coaching, if he doesn't get the itch, very well he's going to be a TV personality on NBC for a long time to come. When John Gruden initially left coaching, he was the Monday Night Football voice on ESPN for a long time until the Raiders eventually brought him back and then fired him for ridiculous reasons. Mike Tomlin could do the same route. He can retire fully, not even sniff it. His name could be mentioned. No, I'm good here on TV. Or he could say, I'll take 5 years off, 6 years off, get my footing. And then if I get the itch to come back to coach, then I'll get the itch to come back and coach. Speaking of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Aaron Rodgers still hasn't made up his mind yet. The Steelers have not received word from Aaron Rodgers on his future, and there is no expectation of a decision before the 2026 NFL Draft per Rap Sheet and Tom Pelissero. When Pittsburgh's minicamp begins today under new head coach, this was a few days ago, Mike McCarthy, Will Howard will be QB1. That's right, last year they got Will Howard, former Ohio State quarterback, in the draft. Kind of makes you think that they won't go after a Ty Simpson. You don't want to have two young quarterbacks, or maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you go the Cleveland Browns route because you saw how great that worked out for them. You got the old veteran, and then you bring in two young quarterbacks, Will Howard and Ty Simpson, to compete for the starting job. But Aaron Rodgers is doing this again. He's going to wait until after the draft. He's going to keep the Steelers going along until he finally makes a decision whether he wants to come back or not. Enough with Rodgers. Draft a quarterback. Time to move on. Would be different being held hostage if he was in his prime. Another year of Rodgers holding a team hostage. Wish he would retire already. Hilarious that the guy who doesn't want attention and just wants to be left alone drags this out every single year, and even more hilarious that the once proud Steelers allowed him to. In all fairness, Steelers should waive him and move on. I mean, this could impact their draft. Knowing that you have Aaron Rodgers there, you might want to go out and get a receiver with your first-round overall pick. Nothing to see here. Steelers kicking off the McCarthy era with Will Howard as QB1 while they wait on Rodgers' decision. No news yet and no expectation he's making a call before the 2026 draft. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Mike Tomlin heading to NBC. Aaron Rodgers not going to be giving a decision until after the NFL draft. Like the video, hype the video, subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. See you later.